The following video is provided by the Golf Channel.
Hi, I'm Frank Nobilo, PGA Tour player and analyst at the Golf Channel, home of the PGA Tour. Now, there's more instructional books written on golf than any other sport, and chapter 1 in most golf books is the same. It's about the grip, and most people don't even read it, yet it's the most important chapter in all of golf instruction. The reason why is obvious. It's the only part of the body that's attached to the golf club. If you don't get that right, then the game is near impossible. Now, I'll get through some basics of the grip before we get in the nitty-gritty on how to perfect your grip. Now, there's 3 basic types. The first I don't advocate at all. It's the baseball grip. Literally, just like you're gripping a baseball, 2 hands, all 10 fingers grabbing onto the golf club. The 2 most popular grips are the Vardon grip, invented by the late Harry Vardon, where he decided to rest the little finger of the right hand, if you're a right-hander, over the left hand. Now, you'll hear about an interlocking grip, the reason why Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods use it. The only difference between the Vardon grip and the interlocking grip is these 2 fingers now interlock. So irrespective whether you use the interlocking grip or the Vardon grip, there should not be pressure in the middle of the grip. If you've got smaller hands, you might want to try the interlocking grip. Bigger hands, then the Vardon grip. Okay, now the reason why the grip is so important is it puts the hands in a position where they can control the club through the bases of the swing. Now, a strong grip is going to have a different effect to a weak grip, for example. David Duval, he was a strong gripper. His game is built around his strong grip. Not necessarily the best for everybody at home. But what is a strong grip? A strong grip is when you start to see all the knuckles of your left hand pointing skyward. So this is a strong left hand. I can see all 4 knuckles. Now, if I was to mirror that with my right hand, it would be in the same position, and the V of the thumb and forefinger would point underneath my right shoulder. Now, obviously, if there's a strong grip, there's a weak grip. A weak grip, popularized by Ben Hogan in the 50s, is when you virtually see no knuckles in my left hand, if you're a right-hander, or my right hand, the V is now pointing nearly to my left shoulder. It's also called like an anti-hook grip. Basically, it's so weak that the club face can never close. Now, with new equipment, stronger shafts, a lot more players are tending to get a little stronger in their grip because there's less give in the shafts, so you can afford to have a little more strength in your left hand. But either way, I wouldn't advocate 1 or more knuckles from a neutral grip position. So, what's a neutral grip? Well, a neutral grip is when I place my left hand on the grip in virtually what would be a shake hands position. If I was to shake hands with you with my left hand, it would look like that. I simply insert the club in my left hand, and I have a very neutral left hand. If I was to shake hands with my right hand, and then simply put it on the glove, I now have the 2 hands mirrored in the exact same position. Now, where do the V's point? Both V's point in the same place, between my chin and shoulder. See my right and my left hand. Okay, now that is a neutral grip. Now, I can advocate you can go maybe half a knuckle more or a fraction weaker, but basically stay within those boundaries. Now, it's fine to have a good grip that looks good, but if it doesn't match up to the club face, you're in trouble. So I advocate putting the grip down very, very square to the ground when you're practicing with your grip at home. Because the tendency when you strengthen it is a lot of people start to rotate the club. As they strengthen their grip, they also close the club face because it feels better for them. 2 wrongs don't make a right. So, a neutral grip, you think that's all there is to it? Well, in all the years of playing in Pro-Ams and competing, I've never ever played with a player that gripped the club too lightly. So the tendency is to grip it too tight and squeeze the living heck out of the golf club. So you want to hold it really, really lightly. Sam Snead used to say, like you were going to caress a baby bird. The lighter you hold it, the odd thing about it, you get more power. Your hands and your wrist can move. They can set the club in the backswing. They can release the club, because remember the word release is letting go. You can't do that with an over-tight grip. So you know what a neutral grip is now. You know what the right grip pressure is. So with any pressure at all in the hand, where should I hold it? Because otherwise the club's going to fall out of my hands. The pressure at all in the left hand should simply be the last 3 fingers. But remember, not too tight. That's just simply so at the top of the swing, you don't lose control in your left hand. Now in your right hand, the little pressure that you do put on should be in the middle 2 fingers. So when it sits in my right hand, it's simply sitting in there. Now where I say pressure, I still mean minimum pressure. These 2 fingers, which I see a lot in Pro-Ams, are over tight. And the reason why that is a swing wrecker, so to speak, or swing killer, is because that's what we do every day. When we write with a pen, we use things, start the car with the keys. We overuse these fingers. Now, if we use these in the golf club, it's going to create casting from the top because too much pressure is there. So these 2 really have to be glued together, and they sit there for the ride. They tell me that the club is in the right position at the top. As I'm releasing through the ball, they stay there. My whole body releases the club, not these two hands. So you get an idea of the grip now, haven't you?
The preceding video was provided by the Golf Channel.